Well, a quick, very, very welcome good morning. And we're so excited that you're here today to get us a little kickoff of our upcoming conference so that you have an idea of what's going on. I'm Sandy Frederick. I'm from Grove City, Pennsylvania. I am the Director of Education Career Services and have been involved with AAEE for the past 4 years. And as president-elect, have been co-chairing the organization, but it's truly it takes a mass of people to make this happen. But we're excited that you're here today. And I think the next part of this is we're going to jump right into Tim, back to you or to Julie.
So what we'd first love to hear
right.
from you on what drew you. So most of you were first timers, first time attendees to our conference, and we'd love to know what drew you to this conference. Love to hear, see that, if you want to respond in chat or if you just want to verbalize what drew you to the conference. We'd love to have those insights and hear that information and know where you learned about us. And then we'd also love to know what you hope to gain from this conference. We'd love to try to meet those expectations. The floor is open.
Tim, I'll go ahead and start. So
please.
Yeah, we can hear me. Okay, so Christy Schweitzer from Educators Rising, Illinois. What drew me to the conference? Tim came to our Educators Rising Illinois State Conference last spring, and that's how we first kind of heard about AAEE. And then Tim and I connected later this summer, and I learned about the conference, and everything in our work is just about supporting and promoting and retaining teachers and elevating the teaching profession. So for us, it was a perfect fit to join the conference.
Thank you, Christy. Appreciate it. And Catherine in the chat says, look excited about location and the topics, and Jen's excited about the opportunity to network and collaborate with others from different states, same passion as she has, recruiting, retaining teachers. Sabina started a new job that's involved in AAEE, excited to travel to Chicago, meet new people.
Yay.
Jen's attending thanks to participation in Get the Facts Out organization, which encouraged her attendance. Lori started a new role in HR. Allison's with Denver Public Schools, and there's a lot of relevance here. Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to keep up, but fantastic. Really appreciate this level of excitement and just validation that we're doing things that resonate with, we're hosting an event that resonates with all of you. Awesome, appreciate it. Michaela, I saw you had your hand up, and I think you may have put it down, but did you want to, add something verbally?
Absolutely. Thank you, Tim. Yes, I actually work for a company called Education Elements, and we've been working with Loudoun County Public Schools, and they are presenting this year, and it's just a great opportunity for us to connect and share the work that we've been doing in human resources and hiring for the past 2 years. So I do actually want to learn more about trends that I'm learning from other folks in different states and different regions. So thank you for allowing me to come off mute this morning.
Fantastic. Absolutely. Awesome. Sandy, should we do some intros?
Yes.
I don't know. Yep, go ahead.
Well, do you want to start? Because they may not know you, and I've introduced myself, and then if you're on the board, we'll let you jump in. And then as well as the members after the board, the members that are on this committee that put this together are going to share about their experiences with AAEE and some testimonials therefrom.
Awesome. Yeah, I'd be happy to start. So my name is Tim Newbert. I'm the executive director for AAEE, the American Association for Employment Education. I work from my home in Sycamore, Illinois, which is about an hour and a half west of Chicago. I spent about 18 years in school district human resources in the Chicago suburbs for 3 different districts over that time. Spent a couple of years in product management with Frontline Education, and then I've been in this role for almost 6 years now. Yeah, I really enjoy the work and connecting with people like yourselves. Super excited in particular about this year's conference and just the overall trend of growth that we're seeing here at AAEE. Because and just to be, to reiterate, hopefully you already were aware, but we are a professional association, but also a nonprofit. And so we're mission based, and our focus is just really being able to provide some resources to the space around preparation, recruitment, retention, pre-K-12 educators, but also just doing networking and love to meet new people and build relationships. So Sandy, you want me to bump it back to you, or do you want me to hand it over to Rich, who is one of our board members?
Yep.
Okay, Richie.
What's going on, my people? My name is Richie Cherry. I am the Recruitment and Retention Coordinator for the Kansas City Public School District. I'm also the treasurer for AAEE, and I am excited. This is my second year serving in this role, and I'm excited for you newcomers. You're in for a great treat, but most importantly, I'm excited to see you all in Chicago.
Right. Is
Sandy,
Julie
I don't
here?
see any other board members were able to join us this morning. So
Okay.
if you want to put that call out again for some member testimonials, some member thoughts,
Yeah, we
that'd be
have,
great.
I can't see everybody, but I feel like I know I saw Anne and Jackie. So Anne, do you want to jump in next? And then Jackie?
Sure. Hi, everyone. So I'm Anne Lavangana Clay, and I am a second year in member of AAEE, but also part of the planning committee for this work that you're experiencing now. I'm really excited to have you on the call. So my day job is as the education associate who oversees educator equity and recruitment for the Delaware Department of Education. So some of my major buckets are Grow Your Own Pathways, which are inclusive of our first registered apprenticeship in teaching, really excited about that. But also competitive grants, trying to diversify the workforce as well as grow it. So excited to have you on the call. AAEE is very important in my work. I oversee 42, small state, but still oversee 42 different LEAs and their HR directors. So the work that we do through the conference is really helpful in engaging and being able to inform conversations with those LEAs, but also hearing from the experts, right, across the country. Like, how many times do you get to convene with experts in person who are doing the work day in and day out? And I do align, sorry, I'm taking a lot of time here, but I also do align with our ed prep partners. So also having that career fair, which someone's going to talk about in a little bit, is a wonderful opportunity, but also engaging with our ed prep partners across the country. All right, I'm going to turn it over to, let me see, I better turn it back over to Sandy so she can call on someone.
Oh, just Jackie.
Good morning, everyone. I'm from Arizona, so it's an early morning here for us. My name's Jackie Horine. I'm the Director of HR for the Glendale Elementary School District in Glendale, Arizona. I saw another one of my Arizona friends on the call this morning. So welcome, Arizona. We're glad that you're here and on the call early this morning. Chicago will be, I think, my fourth AAEE conference that I have attended, and excited to be a part of the planning committee this year and on a few other committees within. One thing that I really value about this conference is that there's so many different people at the table who see the world of education through so many different lenses. As an HR director for a small school district in Arizona, I have one lens, but I always learn so much from everyone else who attends, because as you can see, just from those of us who have already said good morning and hello, we all come from different walks of the education field and see it through a different lens. So that is one thing that I really appreciate. I have made some great friends at AAEE. And I know I will see them again in a couple weeks in Chicago. So welcome. We're so excited to have you on the call. All of us are here to help you. And if there's any questions you have along the way, please just know that we're here to help, and you're going to love this conference. It is so enriching. You're going to meet so many great people and learn so much. So we're excited to see you in a few weeks.
Yay. Melanie.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Melanie Simmons. I'm from Bedford County Schools in Virginia. This will be my 5th AAEE conference, and I explain AAEE as when we were first involved in the recruitment and retention in our new jobs, as life-changing. I think that's how I described it to Tim the first time that we were there. We were brand new to recruitment and retention, had no idea what we were doing. And AAEE really did give us a guide, a path, a direction as where we wanted to go. And so really, we have found that this is the only organization and conference that really brings pre-K through 12 and higher ed together. So we really value this organization and this conference, the ideas and the friendships and the connections that we make. It has been an imperative role as we have ventured these last 5 years. So you will enjoy this conference. You will find it valuable, and you will find that the connections that you make will be long-lasting connections. So we are very excited to have this conference for you in Chicago.
All right. I think we have Bridget.
Good morning, everyone. I am Bridget Tubbs Jones. This is my 2nd year with AAEE. I was drawn to it by word of mouth about the wonderful agenda, and it was an amazing experience. Got to meet lots of great people, collaborate and share ideas, and walk away with things that we could really implement. So my day job is Director of Talent Acquisition for Metro Nashville Public Schools. And so welcome to each of you, and looking forward to seeing you in a couple weeks in Chicago.
Yay. Did I miss anyone that I'm not seeing that's a part of our committee? Okay, having not seen any hands or hearing any voices, Tim, can I send it back to you? Would you like to talk about the Career Expo, which will be kicking us off on Monday night, actually? Did we lose Tim?
Apologies. Yes, briefly, I did lose you. I apologize. All right, so
Okay, wherever you do what you need to. Yeah, sorry, I'm jumping around.
Nope, you're fine. So I'm talking about Monday, right? The 23rd. So Monday the 23rd. So one of the fixtures of the AAEE annual conference is we've typically done a career fair on. So it's typically a 3-day conference. We typically do it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, with the conference ending just before lunchtime on Thursday, and then we usually do the career fair that afternoon. This year we are mixing things up a little bit and we're going to try to change the format a little bit and change the timing, and we're doing an Education Career Expo on Monday evening. The change from fair to expo might sound like semantics, but it's intentional in that we're trying to draw not only people who are nearing completion of their preparation and looking to be hired, but also those who might be exploring careers in education, whether they're in college or perhaps even in high school. So that's what we're going to be doing on Monday evening. Some of you are involved with that activity, but we will have booth tables, and we will have some structured networking activities, just to really try to bring value to that event for all involved, both candidates and recruiters and others who are present. I know Christy, Educators Rising Illinois, is planning to be there. So super excited about that. So that all, this booth setup will happen starting at 3:30, excuse me, 3 o'clock. And then the event will kick off at 5 o'clock and end at 8 o'clock. And we are so excited to have the 2022 Illinois Teacher of the Year, Kimberly Radostis, is our featured guest, and she will be speaking to the group, but she will also, she's also very generously offered to to be there for the entire 3-hour event and to chat up anyone who's around or be willing to, you know, be approached and be and have a conversation. She's just super passionate about what she does. In addition to being the 2022 Illinois Teacher of the Year, she was also one of 5 finalists for the National Teacher of the Year. So we're super excited to have her involvement with our event. So now I will turn it over to, I think, Ann and Sandy. We're going to talk about Tuesday the 24th.
All right, I'll get it started, and Sandy will have a whole section coming up. She's excited about it. All
Yes.
right, so guess what, everybody? On Tuesday, after that career fair, is probably when you might have been arriving the day before or the night before, so get your rest for Tuesday. If you are participating and pre-registered for the national work group on teacher retention, there's a pre-conference gathering in the morning from 10 to 12:30. But everyone else will be registered, get registered, and then join us for the conference kickoff at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then our opening keynote is one you will not want to miss. It is with Chad Alderman. And Chad Alderman is the founder and principal of Alderman Education, LLC. And he supports leading organizations working for dramatic improvements in K-12 education. And then I'm going to turn this over. Dun, 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 dun,
Yay! And then we want to cordially invite you to our Tuesday night main event at our AAEE Grand Reception and Buffet. I'm going to put this in here. As you will see shortly, Tim has some clips and stuff, but we will be, you know, our conference is being held in the historically known Palmer House in Chicago. And with that, it's just such a gorgeous area, gorgeous rooms, everything's so just beautiful. We thought that we would jazz up our evening event. For those of you some of you have been here before, but those of you that are new, we have a grand reception every year and the buffet, but this year we're going to have some special music by the Jackson Band, who plays a little bit of blues and soul and rock and roll is what I read on their bios. And then we'd like to encourage you to have some fun and dress up as into the 30s. Think about, you know, Al Capone and some of the big Hollywood starlets. We just really want to make it a fun event and have lots of time to get to meet each other on a casual basis, chat and network in this fun time during that first evening. All right, Richie, I think you're up. Richie!
Technology, sorry about that. Yes, so we have an awesome Wednesday planned for you all. We're gonna have breakfast, and then you'll get your announcements for your breakout sessions during that time. Then we're gonna have the business luncheon and awards presentation, which is always a phenomenal presentation. And then, of course, you're gonna have your future educator panel, where we talk about, you know, we have those students that are coming from those different universities. Then we have the concurrent breakout sessions again. Breakout with sponsors and exhibitors. You have the time and opportunities to go see some of the exhibitors that we have. And then I want a drum roll, please. Dun, 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 dun. Me and my team, we have put together an awesome fun and games competition for you all, so you can come and relax, kick off your shoes, relax your feet, because we're about to have a lot of fun. And after that, we're hitting the town.
Yes, our sponsors will be, you should have received an email invitation from Proximity Learning. If you have not and haven't seen that, please let us know, because it is limited space for that one, but they are putting on a great event that evening for everyone. Again, some more networking and chatting and just getting to know each other more on a casual basis. So a fun night out on the town with Proximity. But that one is an RSVP event. So now we're whizzing through our week. Thursday. Tim.
So
Actually, I think
Thursday,
Melanie had offered to take that.
Oh, that's right. Melanie, I apologize.
that's okay. So Thursday's a short day, and that will be our last day together. So Thursday morning during breakfast, we will be doing our winners for our silent auction. We encourage you to participate in the silent auction and in our raffle that will be available all week. The proceeds will go to our teacher scholarship program. So please make sure you visit the silent auction and raffle throughout the week and participate in that. We just encourage you to do that. So the winners will be announced. Usually sometime during Thursday, we find out where next year's conference will be held. So that's usually an exciting time. Usually at the breakfast or at the conclusion, we find out where it will be next year. So that's always, anticipation is fun. So concurrent sessions Thursday morning, and then our keynote for Thursday will be Dr. Lindsay Jensen, and she is the 2018 Illinois Teacher of the Year. And so we really get to finish on a high note, a note of encouragement. She's also the Executive Director for Educators Rising, and Illinois and Early Career Development Director of Illinois Educators Association. So she is passionate about being positive with teachers and making sure we're looking at how we grow our teachers. So it's just going to be an encouraging high note to end the conference. So that is a look at our agenda and then how we close the conference out on Thursday.
All right. Now we're going to go to Tim for the housekeeping elements, parking, train rides, all of that kind of good stuff.
Thank you. All right. So the website for the conference, we have added some information there in terms of getting to the Palmer House from our two major airports, Chicago O'Hare International as well as Midway. So I encourage you to take a look at that to learn about sort of the best ways to make your way from the airport to the hotel. We do have pretty good public transportation system, including our CTA, the Chicago Transportation Authority's system of trains, elevated train known as the L in Chicago, but outside of the city, including the airports, it starts, on regular ground level. So check that out. Check that information out. There are some links there. The time to get from the airports to the hotel to downtown is going to be somewhat much more consistent if you take this the CTA, the train. If you want to drive, or if you want to take a shuttle or a taxi or an Uber or Lyft, expect that time. You could get there in as little as 25-30 minutes. It could also take you 90 minutes plus. It's all dependent on traffic and what else is happening in the city. Unfortunately, Chicago does have some pretty bad traffic sometimes. And then if you are driving, parking options include the hotel has a self-park garage at 55 East Monroe, right across from the street from the hotel. It's $52 a night. And then valet parking is available at a pricey $75 a night, but it is available. And then there are several parking garages other parking garages in the vicinity. So there's a garage. Interpark has a parking garage at 17 East Adams, and I'm highlighting them because they have kindly agreed to make an arrangement with us for the Career Expo to make sure our candidates have a good parking option that AAEE can cover the cost of. So there are several parking options around, but Interpark has a one at 17 East Adams, and when pre-purchasing, the cost can be as low as $40 a night. So it's definitely a better price point if you are driving. So if you are taking the Metra from excuse me, the CTA, Metra is our kind of a suburban train system. So the CTA is the city system. There is a station at O'Hare, and there's lots of signage, and you can ask the folks at the airport to assist. But there is a station inside the airport, and at O'Hare and at Midway, excuse me, down the photo down below. It's also right outside the airport.
Whoop, did we lose Tim?
He's frozen on my end as well.
Okay. He'll be back.
In
There he is. Is he back?
I apologize. You lost me there for a minute.
Yep.
I apologize. My internet's having some troubles today. Not a good day to have internet troubles. All right. Where did you lose me?
The one outside the airport, bottom picture.
Okay. All right. Bottom picture, Midway. So that's the orange. So the blue line at O'Hare, top picture, orange line at Midway, bottom picture. Should cost you about $5 to get into the downtown and into Monroe Station, which is right out, very close. Not right outside, but a couple of easy blocks from Palmer House. And so that's what the train looks like when it's in the city. So it's elevated, it's above the street. There's that parking garage, 55 East Monroe. And there's the traffic situation in Chicago, for example. So when you're making your way to the Palmer House, you will be very close. You're about you may even go past what's known as the Bean. It's officially the Cloud Gate. This sculpture is complete mirror finish. This is a picture of the board gathering in June. We had our board retreat in Chicago, but encourage you while you're in the city to check out the Bean. It's a very close walk to the Palmer House. And then you might also find yourself passing the Art Institute of Chicago. There is a admission fee if you want to go inside, but even outside, it's very photogenic, including two of these lions sitting in front of the building. Yeah, check it out. This is again our board during the retreat, but lots of great photogenic spots and spots you might recognize around the Palmer House. So this is where the Palmer House, you see the star here toward the center, a little below center, in the middle there. This is where the Palmer House is located relative to the rest of the city. The river is a major fixture of Chicago. Encourage you to try to find some time to make your way up to the river and check out the river walk and just some of the iconic buildings that are along the river there. And then Navy Pier is top right. So just want to give you some sense of where this is if you haven't already figured that out on your own. So getting into the Palmer House, I'm going to start with the not as exciting entrance. So there is a Palmer House entrance on Wabash Street. That Wabash Street runs north-south. And so it's right here next to Miller's Pub and next to the elevated train station here, which is not the train you'll be coming in from the airport. So unfortunately, it's not that close. But then the main entrance is on Monroe Street. The roof here looks very similar to the one on Wabash, but this is the main entrance. And when you walk in, this is what you will see. a beautiful historic space. So you will, if you are able and you choose to, you will take the stairs up here to get into the lobby of the Palmer House, which I'll show you in a moment. But if you want to, if you need want an escalator, you can go on either side of this stairway up. You can go around, and you're in. There's sort of a there's a shop area, but ultimately there are a set of escalators that will bring you up into the Palmer House lobby. And there's also you'll also find some elevators back there. So this is where you'll arrive, in the Palmer House lobby. It is amazing. It's even better in person. So this is the lobby, looking from, if you come up that original set of stairs, the kind of marble stairs, they probably literally are marble. Come in and you're gonna be about here, and you see that in the back here by the up escalators, there are some escalators coming from below, and that's where you will come up if you had taken the alternate route through the shops to get to the escalators. And actually all the way back there on the ground level there is the elevator bank. So that's where you will come up if you had taken the elevators. And then I also want to highlight here that where we're standing in this picture, right behind us is the entrance to the Empire Room, which is where the general sessions will be taking place. But if you go up the escalator on the right, and then you turn right and you take another escalator up, that's where the breakout session spaces will be. So here's what the Empire Room entrance looks like. And that will have registration table right outside the doors here. And then this is the Empire Room itself. Will be a little more crowded than this and set up a little bit differently, but this is a beautiful space. And as Sandy mentioned, it's got a lot of history, and anybody who is anybody in the 30s, 40s, probably 50s as well, who was an entertainer would play the Empire Room in Chicago. And then also already mentioned the silent auction and raffle. This is just an example of a setup we done in previous years. We welcome any contributions to the cause, and welcome everybody's participation in the silent auction and raffle to raise some funds for our great teacher scholarships. And then, as mentioned earlier, we have the grand welcome reception. We're trying to take it up a notch this year, right, Sandy? But it's always a great time to gather with your new and old friends, your people you've seen in past years, but for many of you first timers, these will be new people to know, and have a cocktail, have some food. And then we have the Street Jackson Band, who's Sandy mentioned what kind of entertainment they do. So I just got a couple of quick clips that I would love to share as far as their music, literally just a few seconds.
Mr. Jackson was on, oh shoot, featured on The Tonight Show or something, one of the night shows a few years back, and done some great appearances.
His name is Boo Jackson, and I believe he was on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, that was it. I knew it was something, just didn't have all the details perfect.
So that is that's what we've got so far. What questions can we answer, right? Sandy, that's where we are on this
Yep.
session.
Yes, sir.
All right. We welcome your questions in the chat. We welcome your questions verbally. Feel free to raise your hand or just speak up.
While you're thinking, I have a quick note before I forget. We also have a Take 5 event that will be happening, I believe, on Wednesday. Make sure you bring business cards to share for that. We'll be moving around, and again, a whole networking opportunity. All of you that said you're new to HR, that's where I started. I was new to HR here at Grosse College. And my biggest goal of attending my first event was to meet all of the recruiters so that when my students say, I want to go to wherever, I have somebody to reach out to and say, hey, I have a student. Do you have a position? So bring your business cards for that event, and we'll be, chatting and passing those around. And I still have my whole stack up on my wall here. So anytime a student comes in, I pull out my stack, go through find the right state, right school district, and have referred to those multiple times over my past. This is my 4th year in the position. So great opportunity.
So, I just want to, I was going to reply in the chat, but I'm going to reply verbally. So Michaela was asking about the October 24th, the welcome reception. So, was there a ticket? Was there some kind of confirmation? So we had sent out the message in the last, for some of you, unfortunately, just got the message yesterday, but starting last week, we had sent messages, info request to attendees. And one of the questions was, are you planning to attend the welcome reception and the grand welcome reception and buffet? And anybody who's registered for the conference is welcome at that event, and we want to see you there. The question about the RSVP request was simply so we could try to make some plans, make sure we've got enough food, but we just so we can make the appropriate put the appropriate orders in. So there is no ticket or any formal confirmation. Your badge for the conference is your ticket to entry. And we do sell extra tickets to spouses and friends. So if you've got somebody who'd like to join you for that, that's certainly an option that's available on the conference website as well. But yeah, so hopefully that answers Michaela's question and the question that some of others of you might be wondering. And then Danielle's asking about virtual options for the breakout sessions. We do not have that option. We might ask some of our presenters from the conference to present their session in a virtual format over the coming year. But as far as the conference itself, we are not planning to offer them virtually, just for the additional logistics that are involved with that be a bit challenging.
Thank you, Tim. That absolutely answered my question, as well as I was looking for a spare ticket. So that was perfect timing. I have one more question in terms of, and it may be on the website. If it is, you can reroute me there. My question is there a finalized list of presenting attendees, and are the organizations available? And that's because as a presenter, I want to be able to go to some spaces I haven't been to before, not just by title, but by region. That was one of the things that I named and what I would like to learn during my time there.
Okay. Yeah. So I think there's one other speaker that I just, a co-presenter that I just learned about that we will get the website updated. But for the most part, on the conference website, the speaker section will show you everybody who is either a keynote speaker or a presenter or co-presenter. So hopefully that's beneficial to you. And we have it's over 50 people that are presenting. Just for those of you, again, most of you haven't been to one before. To give you a sense, this conference will have about 240 people, which is a pretty big number for AAEE, but it's relative to a lot of conferences. It's smaller, and that's actually a space that we enjoy occupying, a more intimate conference where you can meet people and then see them again and again and start to build a professional, maybe even a personal relationship with. So, but that's what you can expect, is to see about 240 folks at this event. Yes, Michaela, I could have just told you to return the website, but I don't worry. No worries about the question. I appreciate the question.
Tim, I have one question.
Of course, Laura.
On the form that I received, the Google form, there was a question about, would you like to take part in the national, I think it was national cohort of student or teacher retention. Is that what this meeting on 10 a.m. on Tuesday would be about? Or what does that entail?
Yeah, so the National Working Group on Teacher Retention is a partnership that we have with a company called Upbeat out of New York that's focused on satisfaction surveys and coaching follow-up and things like that. So we've had this cohort. This is the 5th year of our cohort, and it's a group of a few dozen people primarily from school districts, but also from other organizations around the country. But we put that question in the Google form. I think hopefully you also saw that it said 5 spots remain. There was an overwhelming response to the Google form. So unfortunately, we don't have any more availability for that. However, we will be doing some follow-up with folks who weren't able to participate in this year's cohort. And you'll be on a wait list, a short list for the future. We certainly expect it to do this group again next year, and quite possibly, and no promises, but we're considering the possibility of having a second group formed because of the level of interest. But it is it's sort of a miniature of well, it's not a miniature of the conference, because it's a group that they'll meet in person at our conference, part of our pre-conference, and then this group will meet on Zoom every other month throughout the year, and there'll be subject matter experts brought in on different topics that the group has decided they want to explore deeper, related to teacher retention, educator retention, but then there's a lot of sharing amongst the group. So it is a group that is doing a lot of great work, and we're so excited to be to have partnered and continue to be partnering with Upbeat to do it. But yeah, hopefully you'll be able to participate in the future, and we'd love to see you do that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you.
Any other questions? I'm just going to pop my email in the chat, just because if you have questions or something that weren't answered or you think about afterwards, feel free to shoot me an email. Happy to respond as quickly and as efficiently as possible.
I will do so as well.
And then if there's no other questions, we'll let you all respect your time and let you go back to work. We'll look forward to meeting you in about a week and a half.